You don't have to worry about her being sick, going back and forth to the hospital anymore. The Lord gave her a new body, family. The Lord did. The Lord gave her a new body.
A packed church sanctuary.
God, you know that our hearts are heavy.
Yes.
A community, a family, honoring and celebrating the life of the woman many called Mother.
And Mother was faithful. She was so faithful.
But she wasn't just faithful.
She was loved.
Many people go through their entire lives not knowing how others feel about them. Mother Zandra Jackson didn't have that problem.
At least we know we're loved. I know I'm loved. I mean, I just didn't know how much.
We talked to Zandra Jackson and her husband Alvin several times over the years. Alvin fought in Vietnam, and we told his story the first time on The Price of Freedom back in 2020. That story led to another story, the story of this house.
My grandmother, like in the 50s, she had like a cabin house right down where that project is. And I mean, my grandmother had lived there, and that's where my mother was raised. Then when she got married, she bought another place, and then she bought this place.
Zandra lived here from the time she was about 2 years old.
I think this was built in 1958, I believe.
She later saved the home from foreclosure. Then decades later, the home fell into disrepair. The Jackson's church family, plus local builders and volunteers, as well as the nonprofit Operation Finally Home, all work together to build the Jacksons a brand new home on the same property where Zandra spent just about her entire life.
I remember once we had a conversation, and I knew my mom had worked so hard because she was a single parent. I seen how hard she worked, and I told her, Mama, I never will sell it, you know. And that's what I did, and I've kept the promise.
Alvin and Zandra were given the keys to their new place last summer. She fought through illness the entire time of the construction, but she was able to enjoy the last few months of her time here with all the people who loved her in that new house on that old plot of land that Zandra Jackson always called home.
It's always going to have a place for home. This is always going to be home.
Zandra Jackson passed away on April 13th. She was 68 years old. If you want to watch the previous stories we did with Alvin and Zandra Jackson, you can find those stories in this story on the homepage of newschannel9.com. Thanks for making News Channel 9 your trusted source for local news. For updates and the latest on breaking news, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.